so today we are going to do an update for my Pan That palette. I'm actually working on 2 palettes this year, so it's really pan those palettes, but you know, I want to be extra. We have 2 palettes. We got the Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty, and we also have Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. I honestly thought that by now I would be sick of both of these. I'm not. I'm actually loving them more and more every single month, so this is definitely working out in my favor. I definitely thought that I would get sick of the Naughty Nude more than the Shadow Kiss, but again, I've been really enjoying this, and I've been really good. I mean, I'm wearing it today, and I've been enjoying these types of looks. I just have. I don't know what's going on with me. I've changed. I'm a changed person. We do have somewhat of an exciting update. I have more uses on these, obviously. I do have 2 new pans to share, which is very exciting. And I just feel so relaxed with this project. I'm really not caring if I hit pan or not. I'm just going into shades that I want to go into. There's still one shade in here that I have yet to go into. And I think in this palette, maybe I've gotten into everything at this point, but at the end of the video, I will have my total uses for the year. But first, let's go through each palette individually and see where we are. All right, I'm not sure which one I've used the most, so we're just gonna go with the one I have here, which is the Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty. I've obviously had this quite a while. I think you can still get this palette actually, and I think it's definitely worth getting if you want this color story. If you don't want this color story, then it's very monochromatic and it's not for everybody, but it is very nice. And obviously I wanted to use it for my Pan That palette this year because I feel like, and I still feel, that the quality is going, which is such a shame. So I want to get as much use as possible. Anyway, I have on the screen what it looked like last month. We had just hit pan in Desire and also Filthy. And yeah, I definitely feel like this month, as you'll see, I've been able to expand the pan in Filthy. We also have an extra cheeky little pan this month that I'm going to share. But for the most part, I really wanted to focus on the left side of the palette, which will be your left side, right? I think it's your left side. It's so confusing the way this I'm filming. Anyway, where you have like the warm browns and oranges. I really wanted to focus on that this month. Whether I have or not, I guess we will find out. But those were my, I don't know, kind of focus for this month. Anyway, okay, so now this is what the palette is looking like. Hopefully it is in focus. It's really hard for me to see what I'm looking at though, so I'm gonna be peeping around the side here. But yeah, you can see it's definitely changed a little bit. I've got a little bit more use on certain shades, which is really exciting. So let's get into it. First off, we have Filthy. I obviously hit pan on it last month, but I went into another 6 times and that pan has expanded. Passion I did not go into. You can see I've hit pan in this one. I used it 3 times and I hit pan on the 3rd use this month. Please Me, I used once. I did not go into Hypnotic. And then Hard, I went into 4 times, although you wouldn't think it because it doesn't look like I've gone into it at all. So that one is not changing. Then we move on to Untamed. I went into this one 3 times. I went into Irresistible twice. I went into Flower Power once. Did not go into Rough. Did not go into Spicy. And then Tantric, I only went into 1 time. Oh no, sorry, this is Arouse. Arouse, I went into 2 times. Sorry, I'm just skipping things all over the place. Okay, so 2 times in that one. Obviously don't have the slippery shade anymore. Then we move on to Tantric. I went into that once. Went into Naughty once. Provocative once. Did not go into Desire this month after hitting pan in it last month. I just didn't have any use for it. And then Juicy, I really thought I was going to hit pan in it. I went into it 7 times, but I still don't have a pan. But that's definitely going to be the next one that I imagine I will hit pan on. So I'm very pleased with the progress. But like I said, I'm not pushing myself. I'm not like worried about hitting pan at all. I'm just using the palette as I would want to use it. And I'm really enjoying it because I'm not like hating it. I'm not hating it at all. And I am pairing it with other palettes. Like I'm not just wearing this palette, I'm wearing a little bit of the Shadow Kiss today. I'm also wearing one of my Pan Those eyeshadows and also one of my Project Level Up palettes. So I am using this in conjunction with other things because I do feel like the shimmers are not as sparkly and beautiful, but sometimes I can make them look really beautiful. And actually the Shameless shade I've really enjoyed, but I've enjoyed it if I have use the NYX glitter glue, just because then it pops a little bit better. On its own, it's kind of pretty, but it's not as beautiful as I think when I first got the palette. So anyway, yeah, I wanted that to be a focus to hit pan on, and I have been working on this one just a little bit, but I think I'm also going to focus on hitting pan on this one, as well as obviously the Juicy one, which has a fair amount of dippage and use on it. So those would be the two that I think next month I will have pans, hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, definitely Juicy. I'm not sure about Irresistible, but we'll see. I did go into it a little bit today, but yeah, and I'll just keep expanding this one. This one I went into it like 4 times, as I said, but it just doesn't look any different at all. It's one of these like really stiff cream formulas, like it's her marble formula, which I don't know if she still does in her new palettes. I haven't got a new palette of hers in a while, but I don't care for this formula at all. So I don't know if she's still doing it, but it's so stiff and hard. I went into it, I was packing it on, taking out my outer V, not my outer V, my outer corner in some looks this month. And you can see like it doesn't look like I've used it at all, but I had 4 uses on it. So yeah, that's where we are with this one. Very, very pleased. Obviously, I have some progress, another pan to share. And I don't feel too bad about how slow I'm going, because honestly, I don't feel like it's super that slow. And I'm also going into other palettes. So it's not just like the only palette I go into all month long. Otherwise, I think my progress would be much better. So I think for what it is, I'm very pleased with where I am so far after only 4 months, really, because I'm not counting May. So that's cool. I'm getting hot, hot, hot. It's getting hot here. As you can see, I have a little bit of a tan. So I'm gonna have my lunch right after I film. I'm gonna sit outside because I am hot, hot, hot. Okay, but first, let's talk about the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. This one, love this palette. One of my favorite palettes in my collection. So put up on the screen what it looked like last month. So last month we had hit Risk, Pan and Risk, basically. That's my favorite shade in the palette for sure. And you wouldn't think it really, it's just like a boring matte shade, but I love that shade. And obviously I hit pan in it, and I wanted to hit pan one of the other mattes this month. I'm somewhat close to hitting pan and mist, but I don't know, we'll see if I did, I guess. Otherwise, it really looks pretty unused, but I've been trying to use it as much as possible. And it's quite hard to hit pan in Alter Ego. Anyway, so this is what the palette is looking like. So as you can see, I did expand this pan ever so slightly. We do have another little cheeky new pan in here, but otherwise it's looking more used, but pretty much the same. So I don't know, I'm very pleased with how this is going. Again, this is going pretty slowly, but I have been using some of these shades quite a lot this month. So let's get into my usage. All right, so Cloak, I did not go into at all. Then we have Vanished. I went into this one 8 times this month, and I did hit pan, as you can see. It's kind of an awkward, weird pan, but it's a pan nonetheless. Then we went into Mist 3 times this month, still no pan, but potentially that might be my next pan, because I don't feel like I'm close on anything else. So that's probably going to be the next one. Then we have Veil. I went to that twice this month. Did not go into Fog. Risk we went into 2 times. Then we went into Disguise once. Went into Tempt once. Did not go into Eclipse. Went into Shroud once. Then I did not go into Desire, sorry, at all, but I went into Shade 12 times this month. This one I've actually been using in my eyebrows. So I have taken a little bit of a suggestion. Obviously, I watch a lot of people who use eyeshadow in their eyebrows, and I thought, well, you know, why not? So I've been putting that in my eyebrows. So I used it 12 times this month. I got obviously a lot of use, but it doesn't look too different. And then we have Dare, did not go into that. Umbra, I went into that once. And then Zeal, I went into it 2 times actually. And that is one of the shades I hadn't gone into at all so far. So I'm glad that I went into it. But yeah, I think I've gone into every shade so far this year, but I guess we'll see at the end of the video. So that's what this palette is looking like. So as I said, this one is really the shade I've been using the most, but you wouldn't really think it. I put like a bare minimum amount in my eyebrows. It's warmer than my natural eyebrow color. And since I changed my hair, I just feel like warmer eyebrows, and because I'm getting a little bit more of a tan, just seems to make sense. So I've been really enjoying that in my eyebrows, and I've been getting obviously a lot of use, but I don't know. it's still very, very far away from hitting pan considering how deep these are. But yeah, definitely this was a focus of mine. It's quite powdery, so I would pair these two often together before I hit pan and risk. So I knew that this one had quite a lot of use on it anyway, and I've been really enjoying that shade. And I think now, because I neglected this one so much, I'll probably try to use this one a little bit more and potentially expand this one too. I'll continue using this one in my eyebrows, and then Mist potentially I'll try to hit pan on. It kind of interferes with a pan nose eyeshadow shade, so I didn't really go into as much as I had hoped to go into. But otherwise, I don't really have any other plans for this palette other than to use it when I want to use it, which is just really so nice. Like, it's just what I want to do. Like, these two together work really nicely because obviously this is more cool tone and this is more warm tone. So if we don't want something super warm, I can tone it down with this. And then vice versa, if I use this and I want something warm, I can actually use one of these beautiful shimmers because I prefer the shimmer quality in here versus these ones, just simply because these have gone bad. I mean, they haven't gone bad, but they're just not as good as I remember them to be. And some of these are really beautiful. So I've just been really enjoying them together and then also separately, and then also using these palettes with other palettes in my collection. Like, I love going into this one and then adding a little pop of blue from a different palette. I think it's perfect. And yeah, it really doesn't look like I've done too much, obviously, in 4 months. But I'm pleased. I have 2 new pans, and this one, hopefully by next month, I will have a pan in it. I'm just going slow and steady. I'm all good. I don't need to finish these palettes by the end of the year. I just wanted to work on them. I wanted to give them more time. I wanted to use them more, and that is exactly what's going on. So very, very happy so far with how this is going. And then I'll just put up on the screen my total uses for both of them since the beginning of the year. And there you have it. That is my Pan That Palette update, or Pan Those Palette update. Anyway, let me know what you think. And yeah, I've just been really, really enjoying this compared to last year, where I feel like I was just getting a little bit tired of my Pan That Palette. I've just been really, 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 really enjoying myself. So very, very happy. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the second month, like the second update that I did, or maybe it was the third, I don't know when it was, I was feeling a little overwhelmed that I had 2 palettes that I had to work on and show use every single month. But I think I've just found my groove, and honestly, there are times of the month that I don't want to use these palettes, and I just simply don't. And I use other palettes in my collection because I have other projects going on. I have new palettes that potentially I get in, or I have, you know, challenges, and I don't end up using these at all. But I don't feel too bad about it because I know I'm not neglecting them, because I go into them really any other time that I kind of care to or want to. So anyway, I just feel very happy that I don't feel pressured to using them, and I don't feel sick of them. That might change in a couple months' time, but so far so good, and I'm very, very happy. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. I also have a channel membership, so if you have not noticed, you can subscribe to my channel memberships. We will be doing more live Get Ready With Me's, and I do post other random bits and bobs and videos on there, and I just would like to have a little bit more interaction with all of you. So if that is of interest, obviously that is still there. Just thought I would let everyone know, because I do continuously get new subscribers, which you may or may not know. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye!